He's running. Sweat dripping off his forehead and down the sides of his young teen face. He is so scared, and all he can think about is his father and how he wished he could blink his eyes and he would be back at the house. But he feels someone or something, not knowing who or what it is. But he feels the presence of another that has not shown their face, and he has now got himself so lost in this tangled wood of wetless mist, and he is terrified of whomever has been watching him. He just wants out of these trees, these damn trees. His pace has gotten full of panic with no rhythm, and his mind has him running this way and that. He wants to scream and cry, but he is too panicked to stand still and let those emotions take over him, along with all the others. He feels he has tried every direction, and when logic didn't work over and over, that is when everything in his mind was so frustrated, and that started the beginning of the immense fear of what-ifs. What if he never finds his way out and he starves? What if the mystery presence of another is evil and hurts him? What if he never sees his family again and they eventually find him dead? Chris is so thirsty he hasn't had anything to eat or drink for days, which he is not sure just how long he has been in this wood. As if in slow motion, his body eventually completely and uncontrollably tires out and fumbles over a rock and falls, bumping his head, and with his arm extending forward, being the last part of his body to fall, it falls into water. He woke after 3 days when he brushed his face with his hands. It was as if it took one more day to come back to consciousness. Realizing he was still in the trees, he was wishing that that were the dream he just came out of, but it wasn't, and fear was still at his side. Sitting upright and holding his head in his hands, he was very confused at what he experienced while he was unconscious from the fall. The still ever-looming goal of survival was the primary thought. The funny thing was, he was no longer hungry, but the weighing of a tremendous thirst, still overwhelming. Then he heard water right behind him. He turned, and there before him was a very large, very quiet lake. It was a vision of white blur across this lake. He jumped up and ran over to the water and cupped his hands and drank. Before he could blink his eyes with content, he fell to the ground and went into unconsciousness. Or was it?